There is a particular kind of financial story that defies simple logic. It's not about poverty or crisis. It's about the individual who earns 80, 100, $200,000 a year, and yet, at the end of each month, finds their account nearly as empty as when they earned half as much. The numbers say they should be accumulating wealth, but something invisible is moving through their finances like a silent tax. This is rarely a story of math, but a story of emotional regulation. For many, money is not a static resource to be managed, but a dynamic emotional currency. Each spending decision is a transaction not just with the world, but with the self. A difficult day is settled with a delivery meal, not because of hunger, but because the act of ordering is a moment of agency and comfort. A sense of professional invisibility is countered by a visible, high-status watch. The anxiety of an unstructured weekend is quieted by the purchase of a new gadget that promises a new hobby, a new version of oneself. The spending is a solution. It is a fast-acting, reliable antidote to specific psychological states. Beneath this lies a deeper engine, identity maintenance. As income rises, so often does the unconscious pressure to look and live the part. The wardrobe must signal the senior title. The neighborhood must reflect the professional standing. The car must not tell a story of lack to colleagues or to oneself. This isn't mere vanity. It is the costly work of ensuring your external reality matches a new, often fragile, internal self-concept. The higher salary becomes not a tool for freedom, but a budget for a more expensive costume in a play you feel you cannot leave. Saving, in this context, feels like an invisible betrayal of that earned identity. An unseen safety net cannot compare to the immediate, validating nod from the world, or from yourself, in the mirror. There's also the powerful force of the hedonic treadmill, the psychological mechanism where we quickly return to a baseline level of happiness despite positive changes. The thrill of the new salary fades in weeks. The new car becomes just your car. The larger apartment becomes simply home, with its own new set of problems. The brain normalizes the luxury, and the baseline for normal spending resets permanently. The rush that once came from a raise must now be sought in a newer, more expensive experience or object. It is a cycle of pursuit, not of accumulation. For some, a perpetually low balance serves a paradoxical psychological function. It can be a defense against future disappointment or a deep-seated fear of true freedom. A substantial savings account represents profound options. The option to leave a toxic job, to change a life structure, to face the question of what you truly want. That level of autonomy can be terrifying. Chronic financial scarcity, even when self-inflicted, provides a familiar cage. It creates a concrete, external problem to solve. How to make it to the next paycheck, which is often easier to grapple with than the existential problem of a life not fully lived. The money is spent, in a sense, on maintaining a manageable level of anxiety. This pattern turns the flow of money into a story you tell yourself about who you are and what you deserve in the present moment, with the future appearing as a vague, distant concept with no emotional pull. The past, perhaps marked by scarcity or feeling less than, holds much more power. So you spend to quiet the old ghosts, to prove to them and to yourself that they are gone, creating a new ghost of future instability in the process. It leaves one with an unsettling reflection. The greatest barrier to building financial security may not be a lack of knowledge or discipline, but a subconscious investment in spending as your primary language of self-care, identity, and emotional control. You may be funding a quiet, ongoing therapy session at the mall, a constant reinforcement of your worth at the restaurant, a battle against irrelevance through technology, all while wondering why the balance never grows. The money is doing exactly what you are asking it to do. It is solving for emotional comfort now, at the expense of a future your present self seems unwilling or afraid to envision.